Hello YouTubers and Unison Link players, this is ChubsTV. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a patch video today for the patch that came out on November 4th. It is a bit in the evening already, but I figure there's going to be people who haven't seen or looked at the patch or even bothered to open their Unison League yet. So this is for you guys out there, or if you just want some in-depth, might as well toss it out. So to start, when you log in, you obviously get your normal notices. Thing about this time is they weren't too detailed on the notices, and they're actually missing one, but that's fine. So you'll see they added cosmetic items in the cosmetic shop. We'll look at those in a bit. They added Divine Grace and then the Heroic Stranger event, which was appeared on JPUL, so we finally got that. So Divine Grace, for those that know and those that don't know, etc., it's SR and up gear only, so you can't get rares, and it's boosted SSR rates. I've seen some pretty good rates in terms of people sharing, so I may dive into it a little bit later, but I'll probably only do like 3 or 4. It really depends. The big thing to note about this is that they do state that any gear that's spawned from it is 22 cost or higher. I've already heard the stories of people pulling 20s and 21s, so I don't know if A-Team's going to do something about that, but whatever, we'll see. Now, they did introduce a new monster, Ares Celestial Goddess, female, and it's a red monster with red stats. Pretty good. You can see there by the skill, or just look at it in game. That I just don't want to blabber mouth, about a skill for 30 minutes to an hour, etc. But it's a really good Lancer monster, and not to mention, its stats are pretty much nearly equivalent to the collab monsters that you actually get from the top 500s. So it's just shy of that, but even still, that's really good. So the other one, as we saw, was the Heroic Stranger event. I'll be doing a separate video for this, explaining, like doing the runs and showing you the event and all that, so I just want to be quick about it. So it ends on the 17th, so you have 2 weeks to farm this. It introduces a non-elemental monster, Takeru Yamato, and he can drop from doing the event, so that's pretty neat. Now, so if we look here, this is basically a haste event with Takeru being the monster that you can get via drop and or purchasing via metals. So it's like a metal, it's a metal event like the elemental rushes. But what's cool is it's not normal where you only get like 5 or 10 at the end. You actually get card flips like Miku and the Ava collab. So 9 cards come up, you flip 1, the 8 reveal, and then you can buy the rest of them for 3 gems. The thing to note about that is if you're running 55, the average medals for that is like 28 and up. So you can get your first gear pretty quickly if you're willing to spend gems. So that's pretty cool. So you have the monster, 29 cost haste monster, but it's light stats. So mages and clerics are going to love him, but they also work, an archer can toss him in, etc. He has an interesting skill. It's an attack with a buff, so that's pretty neat, but it only attacks one enemy. Jabberwock's back because it's a haste event, as well as the Void Orb. But what's really cool is they introduced these new weapons. They're all constant skills, so that's pretty neat. Now, you can buy the weapons up to 3 times. Every time you purchase one, the medal count goes up. So to buy 3 of them, 3 of the same weapon, you would need 300 and, let me math real quick, 80, 360 medals? 80, yeah, 360 medals to get 3 of the same weapon, so it's max infused. So they're all 26 cost, and they have double infusion slots. So what does that mean? They can be infused into blessing weapons. So anybody that wants to keep running Blessing or does keep running Blessing, my assumption is going to be like Lancers, Soldiers, and Mages. I'm pretty sure Archers drop Blessing once they get a high enough attack. Don't count me on that, but that's what I've seen. But what's really neat is their constants. So it's constant for each. Sword is a physical attack. Lance is physical attack. Bow is both, so it's M attack and physical attack. Staff is magic damage, and then the relic is actually a heal up. So instead of like a magic up, it's actually a heal constant. So that's really neat, and that's what I'll be going for because I'm obviously a cleric main. Now they scratched this out because it said you could get droplets of ether. they don't show up on the page at all, so I don't know why they tossed that in there. But it's pretty neat. 26 cost weapons that you can get if you farm the event. You have 2 weeks to farm it. Free-to-play players, I highly recommend getting those, as well as anyone who's just wanting to pick up an extra weapon. Who knows, you might even get lucky and get a monster. The monster rate I've seen is pretty low, but even then you can also just get them with the medals. Now the weapons you can buy 3 times. Yamato can only be bought once, Jabber can be bought once, and you can buy up to 5 void orbs. I'm not sure if the orbs go up in count because I haven't bought any yet, though I don't want to because I want to get them from the drops. The only other thing to add to this is 55, there is a stamp book. We can go look at that real quick. And if you do all 60, you do get a void orb. So stamp book and 60, there's a void orb. So there's 1, but you need 3 to reforge Yamato. So we'll see what happens there. Now the other notice that was missing is the guild battle spawn. So there's a guild battle spawn bringing the, I guess like the Arabian style weapons that have the abilities, which are pretty neat. So there's 3 spawns that you can do with it. There's the EXP that you can do 10 times, and there's the normal 2. And then here's the Divine Grace. What's neat, if you notice, there's a green button here with the play symbol. What does it do? The animation. I thought this was pretty neat because now instead of, getting the monster and then going, oh, what does it look like when it does its animation? Now you can actually see it in the spawn. So I hope they keep this for, future spawns and etc. I think this got played in because in JPUL during their current event, they have voices. So this might be introduced for something later on and or something set up for the future. So I thought that's pretty neat. The Halloween spawn is still here. I don't know why because it says it ended this morning, but it's here for those who didn't finish using it. So yeah, there's a rare spawn which looks exactly like the ranked battle spawn. Furniture's back to the Japanese style stuff. There's some tickets open still for people who haven't finished their tickets, and the friend point gear is back to what it was before. Other than that, that's pretty much the patch. And the only other things to add is there are cosmetic items. As you can see here, this is the male Viking outfit. So there's a helmet and a body. They're 5 gem each. There's also a female version. And then there's also these kick-in rip guitars. So that's pretty neat. And then the only thing I really have to add about this is there's something that a couple people haven't noticed. And if you have noticed it, that's cool. I highly recommend doing this. It helps a lot. It's for pluses. So if you go to menu and then you go to other and options, there's this new button here. It's been here for a little bit actually. It's plus value details. So now if you go to look at your pluses, they're actually split now in left and right. So you can tell what's a top plus and what's a bottom plus. So like how the eggs, you have the ones with the eggshell being on the top or the bottom of it. Well, now you can actually tell just by looking at it because you can determine like this one here. This is a top plus, right, which is determined because it's on the left side. So that's pretty neat. I like that. That's amazingly helpful in just being able to determine, augmenting pluses, because now you don't have to just hope you don't plus wrong, etc. Because I know some people stack 99s. I stack 198s, but that's because I'm a cleric, so all my pluses go to my defense gears first or my monsters. Aside from that, that's pretty much the patch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for making it long. I just wanted to cover all bases. For those who enjoy, please like and subscribe. Other than that, this is ChubsTV, and I'm signing out.